Welcome back.
We're back.
There was
I
audio
see you,
issues
Champion. Think.
on the last
Wait.
one.
You shouldn't miss this chance to trade.
My bad.
Yeah, we didn't pay attention to our audio, and that's on us.
Yeah, I usually monitor it and test it and everything, but I was like, we've done that for the last 18 videos. It should be fine. We'll be fine. And no, it turns out game was turned up at max. So yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
But we're all better now. I can't monitor the thing while I talk, so that's why I just stopped looking at it. Cuz this way and it's this way and
Hopefully we got it fixed, so sorry
Yes.
for the inconsistency.
anyway.
We are bringing Demeter to Gaia.
You need so much context to understand that.
To understand what?
Demeter will be delivered to Gaia.
So this Hephaestus, he's like Gaia's own personal blacksmith.
Yeah, a very angry one.
As like my Uncle Laurent. Man didn't smile a day in his life and would box your ears if you messed with his forge.
Yeah, Hephaestus is like your uncle.
Looks like you got what you wanted.
Yeah. It's almost time to go after Hephaestus.
Finally, we get to rock and roll. Yeah,
who's
that's
we?
how the old one said it, I think.
Bet you're used to that focus, Spartan.
Well, I can hit
This
machines
guy.
in their weak points. I guess that's something. I wish all the other data was as easy to deal with. To be honest, it's hard to understand half of what's on there. And
Still?
the other half reminds me, this isn't a fight you can win by just waving a hammer, which is kind of what I do. But hey, that just means I gotta study harder. Make myself useful.
Just give it time.
Yeah, I mean, Aloy started learning at like, what, 5?
Yeah.
What else have you been studying with your focus?
Yeah, I've been looking into this Vegas place you found. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this Morlun guy seems pretty smart. Though, risking the Tanakh clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
Maybe I should check up on them at some point. Just in case.
Right.
Anything happen I should know about?
Zoe asked us to help her bring more plants in here.
Of
Not
course.
for eating, apparently. Yeah, if you ask me, place is fine as it is. Metal might be plain, but it's sturdy. Nothing wrong with that. Who needs a bunch of vegetation?
Oh my god. He's just hateful.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being like that in the last game.
Well, you didn't talk to him much.
True.
I should get going.
Say hi to Gaia for me.
Go say hi yourself. What the hell?
She's in your focus.
Ugh.
Aloy, is that what I think it is?
Just
Yeah.
need to merge it with Gaia, and she'll have enough power to handle Hephaestus.
Good news. So, what can I do for you?
I hope Zoe's not upset I'm distracting you from your training.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that.
What do you mean? What happened?
Well, before Zoe found a way to fix the land gods, I suggested that when Gaia was fully restored, she could just make new ones.
Well, once we get Hephaestus, that's definitely a possibility.
Oh, he
That's what
pissed
I
her
said.
off.
But I guess there was something about my tone she didn't like. She got pretty raw. Said I didn't understand the way her tribe feels about those machines. Which is true, of course, and the last thing I'd ever want to do is dismiss their traditions. But I was trying to look at things differently. More like you, to see a machine as just a machine.
Yeah, I guess I led you into trouble there, didn't I?
Not your fault. Don't worry.
Aw, he pissed off his
Did
girlfriend.
you talk to Zoe after your fight?
I suffered through a few hours of glaring silence. Then she seemed to move on. Sort of. How do people do this? How do I know if the next thing I say won't blow up in my face? What if an apology is not enough next time?
You give her a stuffed animal?
You're the worst.
I don't think I know anything about any of this. You're on your own.
Abandoning me again, huh? Well, if she kills me next time, it's
Wow.
on you.
He's salty.
Better get this to Gaia.
You did it, Aloy.
Let's hold off on the ale till it's over and done with.
I'll let Aaron know.
Hey, Zoe.
So,
Let's have a girl-to-girl talk here. What's going on?
Aloy, you've returned. And you come bearing gifts. Does this mean we'll soon be able to uproot the Zeniths from our lands?
That's what I'm hoping.
wow.
Good.
That's a nice way to put it.
It looked like you were working on something over there.
With Gaia now growing in strength, I've been trying to find a way to heal the land gods. Even if some people think I should give up on them.
I already said I was sorry.
Your friend thought it'd be a good idea to replace the land gods with
Your friend?
when Gaia recovers.
It wasn't.
The land gods have taken care of our people
Oh
for
my God.
generations. They are not some broken toy to be thrown away.
Except
Even
for
if they
you
are
don't
just
understand
machines
that they
doing their
come out
job,
brand
to
new each
abandon them in
time.
their time of suffering seems cruel.
I'm sure Varl understands that too.
He does now. I had to get pretty mad at him at first, though.
You know I can hear you guys, right?
Varl looks pretty focused.
He's been obsessing over the data revealed to us by Poseidon. Just the other day, we read about mountains hiding deep underwater that spew fire.
Oh,
If I understand
volcanoes.
correctly, Gaia said the flames they release come from the very center of the earth. Like a heart, beating with the life of the world. As always, the cycle can be found in even the most unlikely of places. Of course, Varl's mostly interested in watching explosions happen underwater.
I don't blame him.
You ever play that board game Aaron set up?
Strike? I'm the one who gave it to him. I was hoping it'd distract him enough to spare us that ruckus he calls death metal. No such luck.
I should get going.
If you need me, you know where to find me.
Are they breaking up?
Nah.
She's just not gonna put out for him for a while.
Pretty much. Where is...
Katalo.
Yeah.
Here, Katalo, Katalo. Here, boy. Psst, 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 psst. Katalo?
I wonder what it's like being in space.
It sounds very...
Hey!
Show me more.
Show me more, he says. Oops.
busy?
Sorry.
One must never be idle when at war. But there is always time to speak to one's commander.
Oh,
Oh
that's-
boy,
That's
that's...
not really how I see myself.
It is how we see you.
No. You're supposed to see me as a friend.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
I found an acceptable place to practice with my blade.
Oh, and where's that?
Outside, above the base. There's a nest of sunwings that are always up for a fight.
Ever thought of sparring with something that's not trying to kill you?
That would defeat the purpose of the training.
He's got a point.
No, he's one-armed. What if he loses the other one?
Anything else you've been looking at? with
He's
that
got
compass?
legs.
Oh my god.
Gaia showed me the knowledge you recovered out in the desert. I am no chaplain, but I'd be curious to test if something I read is true.
What is it?
The old ones believed one could hear the great waters, even in the middle of the desert, if you carried the carcass of a water animal with you.
A
They
conch
called
shell?
them seashells.
That sounds kind of gross.
He wants to hear the ocean and the shells.
Kinda cute. Too bad it doesn't work that way.
What have you been up to?
Varl has asked to learn the differences between my people's clans, so I've been teaching him Tenakth history. It is heavy with blood and death, but also with honorable deeds and vanquished tyrants. Maybe you'd like to hear about it as well, when our mission is done.
I'd be honored. I'll let you get back to your training.
And so will I.
Well, okay then. Gaia, I'm home.
Is that a Lucy reference?
I mean,
It's
I
good
guess.
to see you again, Aloy.
Is it?
I see you have recovered Demeter.
I did. You're welcome.
Plants. Veganism downloaded.
Aloy.
Hey!
With the acquisition of Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter, my heuristic processing density has expanded greatly. I should now be able to absorb Hephaestus, and fortunately, we have made progress on a plan to capture it.
Hey, it's Beta.
I was just gonna go down and talk to her, too.
With Varl's encouragement, Beta analyzed all available information on Hephaestus. Its expansion has been rampant. It is too large to be beamcast, and the kernel you have been using could never hold it. Therefore, it must be contained in a location with a direct physical connection to me. A place with 2 data cores.
2 cores.
The place where they
Where would we find a place like that?
Gemini.
were in.
Gemini. Oh,
An
is that...
abandoned cauldron in the desert west of here.
Of course.
Seismic activity disrupted the original construction. 2 data cores were built as a result.
I've been there. The Tanakh marked the entrance as some kind of ritual ground. We'll have to bring you there by hand.
I have devised a blueprint for a suitable, albeit unwieldy, transport rig. It will require 2 people to carry it to Gemini.
Oh,
I can help.
Once I am installed on the first core, I will call down Hephaestus on the other, trapping it. I will then initiate the merge. However, in order to construct the rig, I will need considerable help.
Can you build it? I suppose I could, but it's not gonna work. The Zeniths will find you.
Cool,
Minerva won't
then
be
I'll
able
fight
to
them.
conceal your location.
That is correct. Absorbing Hephaestus will create a significant power surge, easily detected by anyone capable of noticing.
But what if there were multiple power surges? To fake out the Zeniths? If Erend, Zoe, and Katalo spread out to the other cauldrons and create their own surges, would those conceal the one at Gemini?
Analyzing. Such a tactic might be effective. With Beta's help, we should be able to build a set of
Why you mad?
handheld pulse generators.
I told you it's not gonna work. I did a test. Hephaestus has written Alpha clearance out of its access module. You'll never be able to capture it. Then we need a higher level of clearance. There is no higher...
Ted Farrow.
Ted Farrow's a mega clearance.
Haha,
The
that
one he
bastard.
used to purge the Apollo database and kill Memphis. But to get it, you would have to find Thebes. The private bunker he retreated to when the world ended, and nobody knows where that is, not even the Zeniths.
I
Their
knew I
only
would have to
intel
go
was that
there
it was somewhere
eventually.
in San Francisco. That might be all I need. Alva, the Quen diviner I met, said her people had set up a base at Landfall. They were searching for data in San Francisco from there. She might be able to help. So I guess I'm headed all the way west. While I'm gone, will you be able to build the rig and the pulse generators? I'll try.
I'll make sure she has what she needs.
Well, that'll be interesting.
yeah.
Alva said the Quen have a ferry on the coast that they use to get to the ruins of San Francisco. That's where I need to go.
That's why
Hey,
she was
Gaia.
making it sound like it
I'm
was so
back.
difficult to get there.
So
Yeah.
I see. What is on your mind? I have managed to unlock an additional room near the servers.
Understood.
Hate that.
Have you been able to make use of Demeter's functions?
Yes. I was able to mitigate most soil conditions and restore a temporary balance. You should
Yeah.
notice less rampant plant growth in the area.
Temporary.
Maybe that'll give Plainsong's fields a chance to recover.
Unfortunately, recovery in that area is unlikely without the assistance of the Utaru's land gods. I have discussed this matter with Zoe. I believe we may have a workaround.
Yeah, I'm helping her out with that.
No!
The missing...
Are Eluth and all under he appear
All three of were. Do you still...
restoring impact and attain.
But... There's something I'm still trying to figure out. Why was Demeter using flying machines to distribute metal flowers?
In its deranged state, Demeter was defending itself against a robotic swarm that would devour all plant life.
It thought the Pharaoh Plague was still happening?
It feared it would come again. As part of its directive of reseeding Earth's vegetation, it sought to protect plant life at all costs. And considering it had 20 years to proliferate, I expect you will continue to find the fruits of its efforts for some time.
That's a good thing I have the code to dissolve the vines, then. The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on
We
Earth.
already heard this too.
I think Elizabeth knew one of them. Tilda. Did she ever mention her to you?
No. Elizabeth often spoke of her work, or told stories of her mother and her childhood. If she knew this Tilda, she did not disclose it with me.
You're useless.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's
Rude.
experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
Beta's convinced we won't be able to capture Hephaestus. With that attitude, do you really think she'll be able to build the rig and pulse generators?
It may take some coaxing, but with some assistance I am confident she will.
I don't get her, Gaia. She's so quick to assume we'll fail. She's nothing like what I thought she'd be. I guess it'll be best if she stays here when we go to Gemini. All this data I've picked up in ancient bunkers and ruins. I guess I never really thought that other people would be looking at it.
Based on my observations, your companions engage quite frequently with this material. Erend has asked on numerous occasions about birthday parties.
Of course.
He appears perplexed by the tradition of serving a sweet confection, as it conflicts with the Oseram tradition of serving sparkling stout ale. He also suggested we host a party for you, as a surprise.
Oh,
A
come on!
surprise party.
Yeah, no thanks.
That is what I predicted.
A surprise
Is Cthulhu
party.
getting along with everyone?
That'd be cute.
Yes, though he prefers to spend most of the time alone. He appears to be collating data on war machine progression and significant battles during the Pharaoh Plague, to aid in the creation of a war map of Operation Enduring Victory. I believe he aims
Dang.
to study the tactics
He is a
of
marshal.
Old World warfare.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
It appears
course
to
he
be
would
a
be.
private pastime for him. He has repeatedly declined my offers to assist his research.
So now that you have Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon, how's the biosphere looking?
In the local region, conditions have improved. Superstorms have subsided, water sources have been purified, and soil conditions remediated. These improvements will stave off environmental collapse for a few additional months.
There's no way the map
Well,
still looks like that after
fuck.
1,000 years.
Right.
Soon you'll have Hephaestus. Then you'll be able to fix the biosphere for good, right?
Correct. I will be able to design and produce robotic agents to permanently reverse the environmental damage that has accumulated.
So our plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it again.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your Alpha clearance. Which is why you will need to procure Ted Farrow's Omega clearance.
Right. From his personal bunker, Thebes.
While you are gone, I will assist Beta in building the transport rig and pulse generators. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores. The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How long will that take?
There are calculations I still must run, but I estimate a few hours.
Jesus.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct.
Beta's
They
gonna
will
have to
each
go with
take
us.
position at a cauldron door and fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
But they still have to build the robots.
We're literally gonna go there, deliver Gaia, and then Beta and Aloy are gonna go to the other point. Beta's gonna stay and decode Hephaestus, and Aloy's gonna have to run around to Erend, Varl, and Zoe and help fight off the Zeniths.
Each one of the Zeniths, they're all going to separate.
Yep.
Because they're going to have 4 different surges.
It's ridiculous.
There's something I've been wondering. How could Ted Farrow create a clearance level higher than Alpha? Elizabeth made sure he wouldn't interfere with the project.
Yeah, but then she died.
Plausible he tasked his own engineers with creating a back door to the Zero Dawn system, without Elizabeth's knowledge. My predecessor did not even know of its existence until he activated it to purge the Apollo database. It is, in effect, a blind spot, one that will allow us to subdue Hephaestus. And fortunately, thanks to Beta's information, we know where Omega clearance may be procured.
Right. Somewhere in San Francisco. So Gemini has 2 data cores. I've never seen a cauldron like that. But you mentioned something about seismic activity?
When my predecessor attempted to build the cauldron, construction was disrupted by a series of earthquakes. The data core had already been built, but the rest of the facility sustained damage. So, she began again. A second core was built. However, when more tremblers occurred, she abandoned the site.
Lucky for us. Are the quakes still happening?
No, though they did also create instabilities in other facilities in the region.
Interesting.
So the facility where I recovered Demeter used to be a Pharaoh agricultural research facility. It's where they created the biomass conversion system, but also adamantine wreath. Did Elizabeth know they were working on that?
It is likely she was briefed on other efforts to combat the machine swarm, though her focus was devoted only to Zero Dawn.
That makes sense. But they actually got the wreaths to work. If they've been able to deploy it against the Pharaoh Plague in time...
Using the data you recovered on the project, I ran several simulations and have concluded that it would never have worked. In all scenarios, the Pharaoh war machines would eventually hack and deactivate the wreaths before they could contain the swarm.
Oh.
So Zero Dawn really was the only solution. There was a lot of data in the greenhouse facility about agriculture. Do you think it'll help the Quen fix their homeland?
I will run a query.
No.
The data contains information about novel crop production methods, which may be beneficial to the tribe in the long term.
But new crops aren't going to save the world, so I guess it's on us.
It is.
I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility.
Oh
Why
yeah.
is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species. Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
Nice.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something to look into later then.
We get to change the world.
I'll be on my way.
I wish you safe travels.
Do 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 do.
Are you sure that's what the data says?
I'm telling you, it's a drink, but it's soft.
A smoothie?
How is it soft?
A soft drink?
It says here it had bubbles in it.
Soda.
Oh, we can't expect to make sense out of everything the old ones did.
It's a
That's
soft
I hear
drink.
about you going west.
Turns out we need one last thing before we can grab Hephaestus.
Because it would have been too easy otherwise.
Oh, of course.
Would have been too short of a game.
You've been looking at any interesting data?
I asked Gaia to find me something to look at a while back. And she found the mother of all forges. They called it sports. Turns out the old ones spent a lot of time tackling and punching each other for points in one game or another. Are you mixing
Yes.
some solid
Yes, we
food
did.
and fresh ale? I bet half the claim will be lining up to watch.
Yeah, they would. I promise you.
How are things with Katalo? You still scared of him?
Oh, she thinks she's funny.
Ha!
Actually, I played strike with him. I had to fill in most of the conversation myself, but I'm still alive.
Glad to hear it.
How cute.
I need to get going.
I think I know the answer, but are you sure you don't need any help?
Sure, come
I
along.
mentioned this other tribe you found, the Quen. They sound like a nasty bunch.
Oh my god.
I can handle them. In the
Bro.
meantime, Varl will help you get ready for what comes next.
Take care of yourself, Aloy.
Jeez. You know, I was excited for this game to have, like, actual companions who follow you through the world, help you fight machines, and instead they're all stuck here in this bunker for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Aloy. After all the trouble you went through, you have to head west again.
Well, no one said this was gonna be easy.
You sure you don't want any backup dealing with the Quen?
They think I'm Sobek, or something like that. They won't hurt me, but I doubt they'll be so kind to anyone else.
If you say so. Let me know if you need anything before you go.
If I get Omega clearance, and then we grab Hephaestus, we might finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging Thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once.
For
You
once.
better not be slacking off on your studies while I'm gone.
And risk Zoe coming after me? I value my life. In fact, I've been reading about Ted Faro. How he destroyed the world and crawled into a hole after killing those who saved it.
He definitely was a piece of work.
That's putting it lightly.
Piece of something.
Well, Beta and Gaia built the rig. Can you get everyone ready for
I meant
mission
shit,
ahead?
by the way.
Of course.
What is it?
Nothing. It's just that everything's about to change. We'll get Gaia, and she'll help us set things right. No more Zeniths, no more derangement. It'll be a different world. I welcome it, but I wonder how the Nora will react. And the Karja, and well, everyone.
Let's just focus on fixing Gaia for now.
You're right. We've got an angry AI to take down.
Oh, he's using terminology he hardly understands.
I'll be in touch if I need anything.
I'll make sure Beta briefs everyone on the pulse generators.
Good.
Why do they always turn you around?
I don't know.
Aloy, I hear you're going further west past the Tenakth clanlands.
Do you know anything about the area?
Only hearsay. The Utaru tell stories of an island that lies beyond the western coast. They call it the Isle of Spires. It is said the Old Ones built towers there that touch the sky, so they could live far away from the earth that bore them. As if they didn't want to be reminded that they'd one day return to it.
Sounds like something Ted Faro would do.
Skyscrapers?
Yeah.
How much have you read on Ted Faro?
Enough to wonder how a man who worked so hard to heal the world once could let greed and pride condemn it so easily. For one spirit to diminish in such a way, I'm not sure if I should hate him or pity him.
What if he found immortality as well?
Yeah, I'm worried I'm gonna go into his place and he's gonna be there. And he's gonna be like, Elizabeth. I'm gonna be like, no, fuck you, die.
You and Varl doing okay? Training, I mean.
We're doing fine. Although I admit it'd be nice to take a small break from studying, just the two of us. But then who'd look after Erend?
Well, there's always Katalo.
Leave a loud Oseram with a brooding Tenakth. What could go wrong?
That's kind of racist.
Can I
What's
bring
everyone been up
Katalo
to?
with me?
I've been trying to share some of my meals with Beta. Thought it might help her feel more at home. Maybe even get her to sleep up here instead of in that dark basement. She would not be moved.
I appreciate you trying.
Patience reaps the best harvest. I'm not giving up hope yet.
Aloy gave up hope a long time ago.
How's she
Yep.
doing?
Almost instantly.
Hopefully I can bring back what we need to capture Hephaestus. After that, I'm gonna need everyone's help.
We'll be ready.
She saw a lookalike and assumed the lookalike would be the same, and they're not, so she's angry.
No more Katalo?
I'm working on it. Remember, she said she opened a new room.
Oh, yeah.
The elevator.
I feel like it's going to be in the basement to the left. Because there was a
Maybe.
locked door there.
I'm telling you, the old ones put blades on their feet and
Danced on ice.
Oh, Katalo has a
That doesn't
mission.
sound safe.
Talk to him.
Got a minute?
As many as you need.
I have to travel beyond the western coast.
To
It's like the simp.
ruins, shrouded in fog.
Yes, and I'm looking for a tribe, the Quen. I encountered them once before. They said they came from across the Great Ocean. I was hoping that Tenakth knew more about them.
There were rumors of trespassers in the area, but we thought they were just bandits. Hikaru sent out a patrol or two, but I don't recall them reporting back.
Yeah.
We've had more pressing concerns, as you know. I'm sorry. That's all I can tell you.
So the first barbarians they ran into were the
I
Tenakth?
guess I'll find out soon enough.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
There is something I've been meaning to discuss with you.
Is it his arm?
It's personal.
Yep.
If you have a moment to spare.
An arm.
Absolutely,
I
friend.
just to spare, sorry.
Found anything
It's like every time he
interesting during your
talks, he
training?
can't help but
Gaia
mention
told
an
me where
arm.
to find data on how wars were waged in the old world. I knew the Ten fought against machines, much as we do now, but it seems they were among the last of their kind. Later, machines battled other machines on behalf of greedy leaders, as they vied for lands and spoils. At least the Tenakth have the courage to put their lives on the line when conflicts arise.
There is nobility in that. But maybe we just need fewer conflicts in the first place.
Yes,
Yeah?
of course.
Yeah.
Hikaru would have it so as well.
What do Tenakth do to relax? You know, to take a break from training.
We play strike. Your Oseram friend, Erend, is surprisingly good at it, although he has yet to beat me. It helps one think strategically, hones the mind for tactics.
Somehow that still sounds like training.
Right? Alright, what's your personal
You
request,
said there was
friend?
something you wanted to talk about?
I've been speaking with Gaia.
Yes.
She mentioned that the Zeniths bind metal with flesh to make themselves stronger. I was wondering if you'd help me do the same.
Yes, let's do
You
it.
want to make yourself a new arm?
Yes. Gaia insists she can help me build such a thing if I can get the necessary data and materials.
Is that what we're doing?
These things lie in the place where Beta hid from the Zeniths.
Their ancient research lab.
I am not as familiar with old world machinery as you are. I could use your assistance.
You
It
bet.
would be dangerous. The Zeniths probably still keep an eye on that place. We were lucky to get out of there alive the first time.
I see.
It sounds like this is worth the risk.
By the 10, we shall see it through.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do
I
it.
should get going. I've
If
got
he
long
has
road
a
ahead.
nice strong arm
Should
for the
you
final
need
battle.
reinforcements,
I know who to call.
Ghostbusters.
I'll call you when I'm near the Zenith lab. We'll get what you need for that new arm of yours.
Oh,
Thank
he's
you,
not coming
Aloy.
with? What the heck? Why do I gotta go alone?
Ah. Well, this was a long story episode.
Yeah. Let's see.
But I think we talked to everything. We're gonna give my man his arm back. At level 30. Oh, we should definitely do it.
We should?
Yes.
I'm supposed to be level 30
Look at that XP.
for it. This one has more XP.
Okay, but like you get a bunch of other stuff with it too.
Yeah. Oh, salvage contracts.
Okay. Next episode, we're gonna do side quests. We're gonna do some salvage. We're gonna get the guy's arm back.
Yeah, so we're basically gonna do Zoe's
And
side
then we're
quest
gonna
for her
do
land gods. We're
Zoe's-
gonna do the arm.
Yes.
And I guess we can probably do a salvage operation because stuff.
Yes. That is what we shall do in the next one.
Alright, I'm good with that.
Awesome.
In the next one.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.